everyone, this is Mie. Thank you for watching the video. Today I'd like to tell you about the sweet Goyescas of Enrique Granados. Goyesca means Goya style. Goya is a famous Spanish painter, Fransisco de Goya. I like to focus on this piece because this is a bit strange work. Or I should say, the circumstance around the piece is a bit strange because this suite is considered one of the most important work of the Spanish piano repertoire. However, it's not really known how and what element of this music is related to Goya style. I've noticed that Granados chose the things that Goya was always painting, and he used two motifs and he colored them throughout the piece in the style of Goya. For that, it names Goyescas. And actually, this whole suite is made of only two motifs and the transitions. When I found that, I had goosebumps everywhere. I was so impressed. When he was writing this piece, he was conscient that this suite was going to represent his career. And look, the reality. It's not only representing his own career, but also all the Spanish piano repertoire. When I recognized the motifs, I just started to read the music. And because I saw it very naturally, I was believing everybody knew it too. But the reality is not. I've never seen nor heard about it before. I feel weird actually. Is that possible? 100 years already passed after the composition is made, and nobody talk about it. Of course, Granados knew it. He planned it with detail and composed it, but after him, no one. For that, I say the circumstance around this piece is weird. Then what difference it could be, if you know it or not? The biggest difference I would think of is it changes the performance order of the suite Goyescas and El Pelele. Until now, people are used to perform suite Goyescas first and El Pelele. But I believe if you play in that way, it wouldn't be Goyescas. It should be first El Pelele and the suite Goyescas. And actually that is what I did in my CD of Goyescas recorded in 2009. So I'd like to share to you what I've learned and discovered all my years performing this piece. The entire piece takes about 55 minutes to perform. It's a huge work, so I will divide it to several chapters, and I hope this will be a great opportunity to look at the Spanish culture, and we will see what the Goyescas is and where El Pelele should be put. Granados encountered the works of famous painter Fransisco de Goya in the Prado Museum in Madrid for the first time in his life when he was about 40 years old. He was totally absorbed by the works of Goya, and he had to go back to the Prado every day. And this inspired him to compose a piano suite in 1911 and named it Goyescas. Goyesca meaning in the style of Goya. He realized at this moment that he composed something great and enduring, and something that came to represent his career as a composer. The suite is comprised of 6 movements and it takes about 50 minutes to perform. It's a major work. As a comparison, the pieces such as the Chopin Sonata, the Liszt Sonata takes about 30 minutes to perform, so Goyescas has the double length of these. Later, he wrote one little 4-minute piece called El Pelele. El Pelele is an independent work and traditionally performed after the suite. Although the suite is named Goyescas, the pieces of the suite are not associated with any of his particular painting, except El Pelele, which was inspired from a specific tapestry called El Pelele, which you can find in the Prado Museum in Madrid. This is a tradition in Spain. There's a doll made of straw in the center of the tapestry, and the girls each pick a corner of this big fabric, sing and throw the doll up in the air. Okay, now we go to look at the content of the suite. This suite has the subtitle. I wrote at the bottom, Los Majos Enamorados in original Spanish. So, los means the, majos means Maja and Majo, two persons. Maja is a young, nice lady. Majo means young, nice man, two persons. And enamorados means in love. So I would say that majos in love. The first piece is the compliment. Here is the beginning of the love story. And the boy is saying a compliment to the girl. And the funny thing, I think, is in this first piece, it appears 68 tempo indications. Why? Because in the beginning of the love, he was so illusioned and excitement, expectation, up and down of the emotion, and sometimes insecurity, deception. It's typical story of the beginning of the love. And the conversation at the window. In the original Spanish, they say reja, conversation in the reja. Reja is lattice. In the Spanish house, usually we have lattice in the window of metal with decoration, so it's pretty. It's not like cárcel. And in this time, young couple are not permitted to see each other alone, so that they probably, Majo visit her in the night secretly to talk to her one moment, and they have a little conversation through the lattice. The third, fandango by candlelight. Fandango is a kind of music where you can sing and dance too. And the candlelight is a fire torch. So there's some kind of festival of the town or the party of somebody's house where they dance together. The fourth piece, lament, or the Maja and the nightingale. Here, she's sad, sighs, and laments, and she wishes she can become like nightingale to fly to visit him. Probably this is the most famous piece in all the suite. And the fifth is ballad, love and death. Here, like you can see, somebody dies, and actually it's Majo. Majo dies, and in the score clearly says death of Majo. So there is totally tragedy, dissonant, and it's very, very, very emotional moment of this, all the suite. The last is epilogue, Serenado de Espectro. Here, clearly, the Majo who died in ballad come back to see her as a form of espectro. It's very interesting how Granados show the texture of espectro in the music. Here you see all the pieces of the suite. And there are two things I didn't understand too much about actual interpretation, why they put El Pelele after the suite, is one is here, clearly it's written epilogue, the last piece of the suite. Then epilogue means the last, you know. Then if you put El Pelele after, it cannot be epilogue. This is one thing I didn't understand, why they put El Pelele after the suite. Another is emotionally, when Majo dies here, and it's become so much dissonant, it's total tragedy, so much emotion, and she's totally shocked, you know. And after this, how you can laugh and sing innocently with the music of El Pelele. You cannot digest this emotion. No? It don't go. This is another thing I didn't understand. So we try to look these two motifs, how it appears now. Okay, now I show you the example of two motifs. I chose the second piece, Conversation at the Window, because it's not only I heard Granados started to compose the suite from this piece, but also this is a piece I noticed the existence of the motifs for the first time. Okay, we listen a bit. Okay, there are two motifs. One is straight line scale. Second is mountain shape, go up and go down. So I wrote here, it's from the top one, the music starts in F major starts, and it is repeated. It shows the illusion, and that goes to the third time, become this in the middle, to the A flat major, and the third one modulate to A major, and every time it shows more illusion to express the expectation of their conversation at the window. And the straight line is in the left hand, and at the end, on the top line, I marked in the score with red and blue, so we will see now again. And the point is, it starts from G and go up to F. Is seventh, and the second one starts from B flat and go to A flat here, the seventh, and is the seventh. This is the more authentic shape, I think, of that motif. So we try to listen again. Understand what I mean of these two motifs. Now I want to show you another two examples of how this motif can be advanced, colored in Goya's style. The fourth piece, Lament, or the Maja and the Nightingale. Granados choose F sharp minor to express lament of Maja. So, this is a mountain shape motif. Here is fifth. It goes up to only fifth, but this is. And the other straight line, here is going down to show the sadness of her. So we look, here he put many harmony for each note. For example, the first note F sharp, he put starting from alone F sharp, and the fourth time finally becomes three notes harmony, three note chord, and diminish, and the second note G sharp, again diminished. He want to mark really its lament, you know. Here he emphasized her lament. Again, diminished seventh. So the piece starts with really sadness. And the other motif, here too many diminish, diminish, five of F sharp minor, like this. He expressed very much to her lament. It's like you put one color like red, and there are so many kind of red, a bit more white, a bit more yellow, blue, like this. Granados try to put many color like the painter on that keyboard. Now I want to show you the first piece of the suite, the complement. Like this, we look how the impression can change depends on the harmony or rhythm. We will see first. Okay, this is the first piece of the suite, the complement. And the Granados choose the E flat major, and there's a little introduction in the beginning. It goes to 5-2-1, very simple. And then in the rhythm of Jota from Aragon in 3. This is one of the typical rhythm of Spain. So because they are happy, I imagine this is a spring. Do you understand? It's very simple. It goes to 5-7 to 1. And he repeats here 5-7 to 1. And now the straight line appear as ascending line. It's 5-7 again. The second time. So here he basically used 5 to 1. So very contrast from Maja. he used F sharp, starting from F sharp minor in Maha, in the minor key. He put so many colors each note, even like 4 harmony in the first F sharp, and here totally simple, cannot be more simple, 5 to 1. I hope you understand like this. There are 2 motifs, how they are, and impression can change totally, depends on what harmony or rhythm you put. And there are 2 motifs. Why 2? Is because, like I told you about the subtitle of the suite, the Majos in love, there are 2 persons, Maja and Majo. For that it's 2. It's showing these 2 persons. It's enough interesting, no? And I think it's like a game to find how they are, where they are. So I hope you enjoy that. Okay, today I talked about 2 motifs of Maja and Majo. And in the next video, I will talk about who was Goya, what was his interest, because this relates to these 2 motifs. And there is one lady who really exists in the real life, who became a model of this suite. So I talk about her a little bit. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I see you in the next video. Thank you.